Hello, and welcome back to our 31st episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves Campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, excited to unleash this band of hooligans back into Carnival Row tonight. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as we post new episodes every other Friday. So, following the annihilation of the Blight Mother and Ivaliron, the Eater of Dragonfire, and a little light treasure hunting, you all banded together once more to descend to the third and final chamber of the Temple of Reflection. Upon entering the once sacred underground cavern, you all took note of the hundreds of bones that were scattered about the place. An obvious battle was fought here, leaving nothing alive. As you approached the well, Fran became more and more distraught upon seeing the body of a bramble sovereign, one of the oldest and most powerful dryads known in existence. Gizmo recalled lore about the dryads and started to put the pieces together about your young godling companion. For what is a dryad before they meet their soul tree? The four of you joined in convincing Revenant to let Fran approach the well, and it was Gizmo who accompanied her as she embraced her true potential, the next phase of her journey. With the staff that Fenris gave her in hand, she stepped into the well, transforming before all of your eyes into a dryad. You reunited two halves of one soul, and for your efforts, Fenris and her cursed patron were allowed an audience with the primal spirits. In a liminal space between worlds, Fenris was approached by the Thunderbird, the wolf, and the serpent. They agreed to remove the curse upon Silverlight and the blade, but in exchange, bound your fates together. A sacrifice must be paid. Returning to the others, Fran brought you all through the hollowed oak and back to the surface, Carnival Row, but not before whisking Revenant off to the Feywild. And so, we fade back in tonight. I believe you all went to your rooms within the Owl's Tower and settled down for the evening. I believe that's where we ended things last game. So I'll get you.
Did we not get a room in the inn?
I think we were in the inn.
We got a room in the inn and then went into the tower.
Yeah, we got.
I apologize.
I would assume that because no one trusts anyone here anymore.
So you guys you got a room at the Gnarled Hammock
and then made the inn, or at the tower, I think.
Did you go into the tower?
I don't remember. I don't think I remember making the tower now. I think we just, because we were right across the way.
I think we were just like so exhausted.
In 3 days, and we were exhausted, so we just crawled our way into the tavern.
I fell asleep like outside, like in my arm of my armor.
That's right. You fell asleep. You fell asleep in the hands of, like, in the arms of your suit, and I believe the unnamed feline companion is still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yes.
Yeah. Very definitely with a blanket over you.
Yeah, think of the start of the other game where we were in the tower.
Apologies. So you were not in the tower. I have no other background, so we're gonna just use this one.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oops.
Apologies.
So, something to look at. It's fine.
It's something to look at. That's all it is. But let me just get this going here. Nope. There we go. Okay, so all of you have found your places of rest, and all of you sleep quite peacefully. Nothing wakes you. No nightmares, no dreams. You all wake the next morning feeling quite rested. However, it is quite late in the day because you're all exhausted. Or you were all exhausted. Gizmo, you wake up quite cozy within the kind of warmth of your feline companion, which is strange because this is very much like a shadowy creature and yet still produces warmth. But you see as you kind of stir that they're currently awake. They haven't moved, but they're staring at Al and Humphrey, just keeping their eyes. Their tail, the kind of curled, is kind of just moving.
I wake up with like a slight hangover from the sip of whiskey that I have, and I just kind of sit there, just enjoying rubbing my blanket.
The size difference is quite weird.
You kind of forget how small I am. I try to stay out of sight.
Yeah. You should come out more, though.
I'm okay with coming out more when it's just us. But, you know, past traumas and all that. I'm a bit nervous.
You're telling me.
Figured you'd get it.
Yeah. My suit of armor isn't as sturdy, though.
I'd like the idea that I'm just gonna tap it and it just goes.
Papercraft.
It's better when I'm in it. It kind of needs to be piloted. It's not really stabilized.
Something falls off.
I'll get that later.
Perhaps not the best bed, then.
Yeah, my back hurts a little.
I'm just gonna roll out from under one of the other beds. So you all have to be so loud?
Yes, I think so.
We survived.
So, that we
I
did.
forget you need to sleep.
Yes, a failing of my, well, half of my race.
Also, did you sleep in that armor? It looks very tight.
To be honest, this is my first time sleeping in this.
How was it? Comfortable?
Yes. So I'm not really sure where my other set of armor has disappeared to, but this just appeared on me.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. So thank you.
Agreed. Never looked more powerful.
Like I said, I am never going to complain for a let's just say heirloom rather than hand-me-down.
It's more than that.
Yes, well, its predecessor did not meet the best end, as you probably saw.
Oh, so, wait. I didn't see you take that armor off the... How did you do that? He was being eaten.
Wait, did you see that?
No, I thought only the voidlings would see that.
Only the voidling saw it.
Oh.
Well,
But I do believe
you were
Caché
describing it.
said
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was
you did.
describing
Yeah,
it.
you
I
were
was
describing it,
describing
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Okay,
You
yeah.
would. Yeah.
So, yes, well, so I do not know how to explain this because, frankly, you are right, it should be full of holes and teeth. But it is somewhat old.
I think we've seen crazier shit, to be honest.
So, yes.
If it helps us, that's great. Seem to have a lot going on right now.
Yes, well,
Actually,
I do say.
speaking of which, do we have any more of that whiskey left?
So I shouldn't go get some. Bits of
Gizmo's glass is still full there on the...
Yeah,
a
like
bit
that's
of
it's a bottle to me.
hair of, yes,
Oh.
some hair of the dog. Some hair of the dog will do as well.
I was more that absolutely 100% there for that, but I kind of felt as well that it might be worth just a quick toast to Rev. I know we didn't really get to know him too terribly well, but I hope he does well. I hope we get to see him again.
Who?
I do.
Yes.
It's nice
Well,
to know that there's other of my kind.
who knows where he has gone now?
He's looking
Hey,
after
Wyatt.
Fran.
I think Fran is going to be looking after him. Hope he doesn't get himself or Fran in too much trouble.
That is a certainty.
Yeah. Oh no. That could be bad.
We could be dragged into something later. We'll see.
Could be fun.
Yes.
It'd be a great excuse to go and visit your home.
True. Although I'm not too anxious to get back right now.
Yes, well. So I do not envy your position right now because we will have to explain what we did to the good Inspector.
Oh yeah. How are we going to explain any of this?
Poorly, I would imagine.
That tracks.
Yeah. I did kind of blab a little bit last night to my handler.
Is
So
your
you go
handler
to
like
handler?
to tell anyone else?
Probably not. I can trust her.
What?
Then you
But-
did not
what-
get any replies today?
Nothing yet, but she was quite mad when I woke her up at 3 a.m.
I'm sure.
Yes, well, should assume that she also needs to sleep.
Maybe she won't remember. Maybe she'll think it's a dream.
So,
I could help you do that too if you wanted.
I feel like I'm not going to involve. I'm in enough trouble in regards to the military right now. I'm not doing anything else.
I just think we should consider all our options.
Yes, I mean, with the right dream, you could get yourself out of trouble.
no.
Tempting, but I think we'd have to affect too many people's dreams at this stage. Military and their records.
I suppose. Paper doesn't dream.
It's not. So what is the plan for today? Fenris, you needed to do something here? And you.
So I would like to go back to see Botanical. So I have a few questions.
To whom, sorry?
So I have a few questions for Anna.
Oh, yes.
But also, those who want to say something, so I wish to thank you for all of your help.
Oh,
So it's very much appreciated.
Why we're here.
well, wow.
Hmm?
I think they call that character growth.
I mean, I think that was beautiful.
So,
It deserves a drink.
Definitely.
yes.
It is at that moment,
Oh,
just for a moment, as Fenris is trying to get these words out, like gravel in her mouth, all of you hear a scream
Of course,
outside of the room,
like
and
outside the front door, or like outside of the building.
like outside of your door. So you're on like the second or third floor. I think you're on the third floor actually, your room. And you hear like a clattering of plates and a scream from
I immediately fly
outside.
back into my suit.
I
Son.
Immediately
straight to the door with trouble in my hand.
Okay.
Did
I mind the covers.
did another ambassador die?
Not again.
And
Don't even joke. And I open the door.
as you open the door, you see Terry kind of floating there with him, holding onto a tray with like fruit and food and a little like a morning kind of wine spritzer kind of thing on the side, and you just watch as one of the maids of just go tearing down the hallway, terrified, just dropping everything, running down the stairs. Terry just kind of
Terry, what did you do?
She is buttering.
Thank you very much, Terry, but maybe when we're in inns, we'll let the servers bring it to us. Terry, do you... No, okay. We'll work on this later. Thank you, Terry. Do you want to take a break in my shadow?
straight into the shadow.
You really need to get Terry a hat.
Terry has a hat.
Terry does have a hat. It just doesn't do anything for the terrifying smile and shadowy appearance.
Perhaps we can say that...
That definitely helps.
Perhaps we can say it was someone playing a prank with minor illusion.
Or leave it unexplained. You know?
Just
in
we saw
ignorance.
nothing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
saw
but-
nothing.
How did he get
The inn is
food?
haunted.
Someone had to give this.
This place.
Someone was like, "Okay, here you go."
yes,
or he
this place is
stole.
very odd.
The sports shadow.
Terry's. Terry, one question.
To set a reminder.
Did someone give you this food, or did you just take it?
He kind of turns towards the door that you haven't fully closed yet, and you kind of peek out, and you see that there's actually like a trolley outside with a bunch of trays of different just like food that had been brought up from the kitchens, and it looks like one was. It looks like he just appeared, took it, and terrified the lady, and yeah, that's what you're putting together, and then he just kind of back into your shadow.
Well, never a dull day.
Food looks quite nice.
Let's eat some breakfast at least. And I close the door.
Pastries and fruits, and there's a kind of like a overnight oats, and like I said, like that spritzer, kind of like a peach and dragon fruit. Because why not?
Breakfast wine, lovely.
We can use this for a cheers.
To Rev.
Well, here's to Fenris for thanking all of us, and to all of us, and to Revenant, and to not dying.
To
all of us.
To all of us. To all of us and Fen.
To emotional growth.
Gizmo. For all the podcast listeners, Chris is actually miming how Gizmo would drink the giant glass. It's fantastic. Okay, anyway, sorry.
I spilled most of it down my front.
Prejudicitation.
Thanks. Thank you. Sorry, I nearly called you Fenris. Thank you, Caché.
Yeah, I get it's confusing with Fenris being so nice. I'm joking.
Did you come up with any names for your cat yet?
Yes.
I come up with a few, but like, I don't know. Yeah, I just said nothing's kind of fully stuck yet, you know what I mean?
Nothing stuck for the feisty feline?
Yeah, you know. A few ideas. I thought of like Nemian, I thought of Nyx, Cheshire. Not sure.
I don't
Fidel.
What about Rianu Keeves?
That seems like a totally random and like not connected to anything name. I like that.
Yeah. You know?
Seems like more of a. I think it's more of. No, he doesn't look like an Ian O'Keeves.
Fidel Catro.
Ooh. Maybe strong contender.
Does this cat control the rails?
Where's my? I had a list of names.
Sorry, Barbie.
Likes cheese.
We had the previous day we had the night Commodore and Mimosa. I actually started to come around to Mimosa.
Yeah.
Quite like Mimosa.
I also like mimosas.
What do you? I gotta turn to the guy. What do you think? What name do you like?
So, something interesting is happening as you turn around towards your new feline companion. I was trying to figure out. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up the stats. Oh my gosh! But none of these sites are helping me. So potentially the Chris, who's read all the books. Can you help me figure out a tiny creature? Like just in the world. I'm thinking like fly is too small. Like a mouse maybe.
A tiny creature.
A tiny creature.
A cat.
Cat's considered tiny.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
In the grand scheme of things.
Okay, we're gonna go with a mouse.
Okay.
That's for the time. As it actually fits perfectly being what it is. As you turn to ask this new creature, your new companion, what its name is, what it wants to be called, you notice something interesting. As the creature is kind of hunched over, little butt in the air, kind of like wiggling away, looking at a little mouse that's kind of scurrying across the floor, kind of picking up some of the crumbs that are being dropped from little pieces from what you're eating. And you watch as this thing kind of ears go back and it pounces. And you watch as disconcertingly as that jaw opens. And you watch as it siphons the essence of this creature. Does not consume it. You watch the life force leave the mouse and be absorbed completely into this cat. Turns to you as the jaw kind of back up.
Oh, did you get the mouse? Well done.
There is nothing left.
What about
So I think-
Hoover?
Vacuum.
I think that's a very fitting name, actually. What just happened?
Do you like the name Hoover? Hoover it is.
Kind of leans up against, like, does the cat thing where it leans up against your legs, Gizmo, of the suit, and then you watch as it into the mouse form scurries up to where you are and sits next to you.
Oh, you learned a new trick.
So
He's the
does that
best.
mean if
They're the best.
we feed
Sure.
it other things, it can become other things?
What if it does that to one of us?
So
You
this is a
wouldn't do
copycat.
that, Hoover, would you? No. He's fine.
So
They're fine.
if we technically fed this thing a dragon,
So we are not feeding this a dragon.
I don't know how we'd ever manage to get a dragon,
Shadow dragon.
wrangle a dragon. Yes.
Would you like to eat a dragon? Oh, yes, you would. Oh, yes, you would.
As I think I will be visiting Hanoi without him. Sorry.
present company excluded, of course.
Yes. But speaking of dragons, Al, do you know anything of astral dragons?
I know they're a thing. I
Yes,
believe, and DM, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I recall them all returning from the realm, the material realm, some time ago, many eons ago, in fact. There was a great migration of them, I think.
Real fast, Gizmo, keep in mind, Hoover now has keen senses ability to smell, because as it absorbed the essence of the mouse, it now has all of its features. So. Also, just so everybody knows, it can only consume tiny creatures.
Okay, how many?
For
times
now.
Don't get too excited, everybody.
does reduce and enlarge stack?
I don't.
Well, if you're going to stack them, reduce and enlarge, it would stay the same size, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
but
Yeah.
you know the spell
Two
is the
enlarges.
same. but
I
it's like if
think
you
it does.
put
In
two
Baldur's Gate
reduced-
3, I think it does. I actually don't know, like, 5e rules if it does. Like, I know there's
Does
something about, like, there is something in the rules about, like spells not stacking, but I'm not. I think that, like, pertains more to, like, temp
It
HP
doesn't
and stuff.
specify, though, does it?
That is
Mhm.
actually a question. When I start typing in "does enlarge," the first thing is does it stack?
Yeah. If
No,
Everless
two
had
instances
enlarged.
of the same spell do not stack.
Yeah, I think,
Fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been too OP.
However,
Especially
you
when
can
we all have it.
increase- You
Everyone
can
gets
increase your size
enlarged.
category.
You can increase your size category with other abilities, but they can't be the same
Mhm.
one. So if you put on large on Rune Knight, who also uses the giant thing, then they can grow an extra one.
The only way I could also see it being slightly strange is if you drank a potion of enlarge, and then tried to enlarge. That could be interesting, but I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
Technically, it's not
We're
a
crossing
spell.
the streams.
Now we are,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
But this ability only. Yeah. So for the next hour, they are a mouse. I just all want everyone to remember, though, there is a tiny creature in your party, so.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
not
mean,
have another
Humphrey
sprinkle.
isn't a creature; he's a construct.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's not have a repeat of sprinkle.
Wait, he's not tiny, is he?
He is.
Is he?
He's tiny now.
Yeah.
He's a mouse.
He sits on my shoulder.
Humphrey.
Mouse?
Yeah.
I'm actually, this is a question I did want to ask because this has come up a few times in like confusion. I thought he was a foot. I remember you described him as like a foot tall, which is, you know, that's a decent like size.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think
but
that's
then
still
is he-
technically tiny because
Yeah.
like a badger is supposed to be tiny and they're about a foot long. So
And halflings are small and they're like at least 2.5 feet.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So
3 feet
probably
tall.
would still be tiny. Yeah, actually, in fairness, actually. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd imagine.
Technically
him
Don't
being-
eat Humphrey. Don't eat him.
Says the
Oh,
other tiny
no.
creature.
He's a small construct.
I trust him.
He is a small
He's
construct.
considered a small
That's what I thought.
Okay,
I
yeah,
thought he
yeah.
was a small construct.
So
He
So
can
he's
be
2 feet
tiny
tall.
though. How do you see him, Al? You're the creator.
That's true.
I mean, I did kind of see him as being like. I was envisioning him in relation to my own height, but Al is quite a bit taller.
Hmm.
So he's probably, I'd imagine him like as he'd be about just below knee height on me. That's probably like 2 feet for Al.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty big then. If it's just below the knee, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Alright, that's good to know. I do apologize. That is so you were asking. That's now happened there. Little tiny Hoover mouse. But Al, you were asked about astral dragons, and yes, what you do remember is that there was a migration. I wouldn't say it was great. It was almost as if like the surviving few left the astral sea and migrated to the material plane.
Oh yeah, okay.
Their numbers were
And-
dwindling fast due to poaching and other things.
In the astral sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, all I know is that they became fewer and fewer, and a long time ago decided, the few that remained decided to move to the material realm. I don't know if they all did. Don't know if there's a few maybe left floating around, but most of the surviving few left. Why do you ask?
So she's a friend.
Do you know, is she still in the astral sea, or is she one of those who left?
So she definitely left the SOC. So I saw a few things when I was in that pool. As far as I can guess here, it was most likely a vision of the Dragon Song War. Which means he is very old.
I suppose it would make one very old.
So yes, well, I'm going to draw the blade and hold it out. She was in here. So I've not fully freed her, but I have removed some bindings. Sonic Chaos.
Did you explain out of character? Had you explained to us?
I don't think so. I've
You
never
hadn't
really.
explained that
I
to
don't
us,
think
no,
I've.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really talked much. I've been very
Yeah.
closed about this.
What? You mean she's in your sword? Some kind
Yes.
of pocket dimension in there?
So I suppose. She is
Well,
an
that's-
old friend, so to speak.
Makes a lot
Into it
of
through the
sense.
sword?
Yes. So I would go so far to say as I owe her my life. she ultimately escapes a very, very bad place before. So I hope to do the same for her and for several others.
She did this as a sword or as a dragon?
So as a sword, I held the swords as she was. She's happily. Sorry, no, if I. It may sound very strange. But
So that's what was happening in the black pool that we couldn't see through, that Caché could see through, and described the very violent encounter that you had, and that was you with your friend.
yes. So I had to protect her.
I'm sorry I couldn't see it. I would have liked to see what she looked like.
It's a shame we couldn't all join in and help ourselves. And Caché was able to take some shots, it seems.
Yes, I have several questions about that. Really, how you were able to assist.
I honestly have no idea. I mean, perhaps it has something to do. I remember when I had entered the dream with you. We flew on her back.
Yes. That was the same experience, but I think I was in the aftermath.
Although I think Revenant mentioned he was able to see as well.
Didn't Revenant go into the dream as also?
So I never saw him.
All voidlings should be connected to the dream in some way.
Well, if I remember right, he disappeared straight away. He was in another
But
one, really.
He got wrenched
Yeah,
away.
something happened and he broke away or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
broke
you
away
all
before-
entered the
even
dream
before
together.
We did, but he broke away before the first stream, if I remember in the notes.
Yes.
He was gone, so he never actually saw anything.
Plucked from you, yes.
So it might not have even been the fact that you were voidlings. It could have been just that you were connected by that.
Even temporarily. Some kind of dream. Shared dream mind.
Possible.
Yes.
Can't
I'm gonna
discount
reach up and
anything
touch.
at the moment.
I'm just gonna reach up and touch the new scales that are now on my face.
Very
You all,
fetching.
now being closer, see the scales across her face.
Is that
Very
new?
black like the armor.
Yes. So it seems to have come with that dream. Sensiyama.
It matches.
How much does it cover?
So I do not know. I have not taken off the armor yet. So I do apologize.
Don't
Haven't had enough
apologize.
drinks for this.
Didn't we have somewhere to be going?
Well, where are we going?
So I do not know. All I have to do is go see Enethær at the Blue Tentacles.
Gizmo,
Aye.
roll me a history check, if you don't mind, please.
Jesus.
Oh.
Not great. 8.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'd say, unfortunately, the thought comes to you for a moment, bringing you back to the West Repair Yard, but it doesn't land anywhere. You just remember Fenris becoming a big star. And that kind of moment of fury and anger, and listening to her speak in Draconic as well. That all starts to make sense.
So I would be happy to help any of you.
Well, I'd need to go back to the brass volt meter at some point, but that's quite a bit out of Carnival Row, so
Yes.
I feel like we've never explored.
Well, once we finish our business here, of course we can drop in.
Gizmo, you need to drop off that package, but I do think we need to discuss the morality of that.
I understand like where you're coming from with that, but I do trust the person who gave it to me.
You trust the person who gave you the murder weapon?
It wasn't the murder weapon. It was the same weapon that was used. I still had it
Yes,
in
I
the
mean,
package.
your one is intact, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes. It was because it was the spider. It was like a few other like components and things as well.
But Gizmo, you're a creator. You've seen that thing. That to me looks like something made by a master of their craft, not something that's pumped out in a production line.
Of course it is. It was made by my master.
But did your master make the same tool that ended the ambassador's life?
Quite possibly.
Ooh. Well, at the very least, I suppose we should, if you are adamant on carrying out your mission, as it were, at least try to inquire with your master if there was any more information they'd be willing to part with.
I did contact them a while back. They did say they were going to get back in touch with me, but well, things have been hectic for us as well.
Yeah,
So I agree, we have been a bit out of touch.
Should we make that move of giving that package without knowing the full consequences?
I mean, I was intending to do it in order to learn more, but I understand after the few days that we've had, if you want to take a little bit longer, take some time to scout out, understand the situation more, sure, I'm behind you for that.
At least check out what we're going into before just handing them stuff.
The person you want to bring this to is in Carnival Row, aren't they? So
I think they were actually on one of the streets. They were one of the possible entrances to Carnival Row. But we decided to go in the other way. Again, when I first mentioned it, and I again do understand the apprehension, we decided to maybe avoid it for now until we were able to learn more.
Well, first I hear, then would it not make sense to leave that way and drop it off on our way out? That way we have more time to do some reconnaissance or gather some information.
just give us maybe some time to inquire about this party.
I'm okay with this.
I can be down with that.
Yes. So I must ask one question which has been weighing on my mind. Those birds you were making for Revenant.
Aye. Little nightingales, I think.
Yes, I'm just wondering, should we expect any trouble from them? Troubles he to follow in his wake? Without much effort?
Knowing Revenant, absolutely.
Yes, well. Then we should...
Case, you wouldn't mind putting this in your bag of holding, and I have one of the nightingales in my hand.
Oh, you kept one. Of course. That's no
He
problem.
gave it to me before he left.
Yes.
And I'm glad to hold
So-
on to it then.
Yes, we will just keep the eyes on the back of our heads. Open?
I also feel like, considering he's so far away, if we do feel any repercussions from what he's doing, they'll be so large they'll just overwhelm us. So feeling it or seeing it from the back of our heads, we'll be overwhelmed immediately anyway.
Yes.
Keeps
Thank
things
you, Al.
entertaining.
Tidal wave of consequences.
That is a very serious thought.
In that moment as well, Caché, as you take the nightingale out and you hand it over to Gizmo to put in the bag of holding, Terry as well is kind of popping a little bit out of your shadow and is currently holding onto Revenant's notes that he gave you before he left.
Yes. We were also given these. And can I just take a quick glance through them just to kind of see what kind of stuff is in it?
Just to point out, like I have his nightingale, I have his mask, I have a vial of his blood. Let's just make a new revenant.
That's your next.
Yeah, no, Frankenstein arc.
Yeah. The next rest we get,
Sorry.
that will be your next sin against nature.
Yeah. So glancing through it, Caché, there are little drawings, scribbles, equations, and a whole lot of things you have no idea what it is saying, because I do believe you do not speak Thieves' Cant. It is written in gibberish, Pig Latin. Like, it is
Just
nothing. You have no idea.
technically, Thieves' Cant is a language, correct?
Technically. But
Comprehend languages.
you also notice a little thing that pops out that is, just as a quick glance, you recognize as a cipher. So not only did Revenant use Thieves' Cant to write his notes, he also used a cipher.
I think
He
maybe I'll
encrypted
have a look at that.
Thieves' Cants.
I'll ritual cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, I will too.
I'll start working on the cipher.
Okay. Between the three of you, totally. All of you roll
I'll
me.
piece together what I can see of what I can read of Thieves' Cant.
That's right, because you have broken Thieves' Cant.
I've
So
somewhat Thieves' Cant.
This becomes
very-
our project for the day. We're just like,
The
what
whole
does this
day
even mean?
spent-
I think this is just a shopping
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, the whole day, all 3 hours of it left.
I want all of you to make, let's just say intelligence checks. Just straight intelligence, all of you. Those who have comprehend languages can roll with advantage. This will be like a full, like a kind of almost like a sneak check for all of you. We'll see how much you pass, how much you all work together.
That is
Okay.
17 for me.
Okay, 17.
I got a 23.
Hey, smart boy, smart boy.
All right, success.
I'm gonna say it's
21.
it's a broken Thieves' Cant 12.
I will flash
I
a
can't
genius
believe it's
Fenris's to give her a 17.
Yay!
Okay, all right, that's a pass. Al?
I got 21.
Oh, all right. Smooth sailing, all four of you. But it's great because there's two like comprehend languages. There's Broken Thieves' Cant, and then there's just like the cipher.
I have a built-in
decipher.
enigma machine.
It takes you no more than I'd say even an hour to just work together, call out the symbols, and figure out exactly what are in these notes. And I'm not going to go through like as if they're entirely written because that's going to take way too long. Revenant took detailed notes, but you can tell that some pages have been kept. He only gave you certain ones because there's like a page that's about details, and then the next page has absolutely nothing to do with it. So he obviously gave you just the ones that he wanted to, give over to you. But the gist of what you get is you recognize the term or the name Lieutenant Arrow, working with Lancer, last spotted entering House of Clocks, Carnival Row.
Say that again, sorry?
The whole thing or just the last?
Last one.
Last one. Last spotted entering House of Clocks, Carnival Row. And scribbled off to the side, you see Farian Hall, ? Gizmo, underlined like a few times.
Fair enough, that's the name of the person who I'm supposed to be delivering the package to.
Varian Hall?
Farian Hall.
Varian Hall.
Farian Hall.
I will actually say that is the name of the person that who the package is going to be going to.
So Lieutenant Arrow, which Caché, you remember that name as you helped Revenant break into his office.
Yeah, and we stole his gun, and he used that gun on multiple occasions.
Yep. The second point that you come across is nightingales, and it seems to kind of be like center point in the page, and then there's like bubbles kind of pulled off to the side to like possibly here, and scribbled out different angles that he tried to find but didn't quite go anywhere. And you see a bunch of drawings of like birds, of just different birds throughout, the ravens, pigeons, everything, just all over this page. And you see nightingales, and then circled like a lot of times is feeding the birds at twilight. And you recognize the name Philo as the satyr that runs the gnarled hammock. That is like linked underneath that phrase.
Philo.
Last bit of information you find actually a few kind of somber sentences, coming to the realization of what Fran is. Fran, liar, crossed out a few times. Fran, friend, just he's obviously processing the realization of Fran not being a rat and being a godling. And then at the very bottom, you see Gizmo equals prince, question mark.
Ooh. I don't know what he meant by that.
So that statement has no truth?
Prince? Did you do something for him?
Well, you know how I said I came from like one of the courts? It's kind of the summer court, which, yeah, is kind of one of the more important ones. I mean, I was more adopted into it.
But you're still a prince.
The adopted prince
Not
of
really.
the...
Like it's not. There's not royalty like that, and I'm certainly not of any bloodline.
Well, the adopted prince of the summer court that Midsummer was very adamant to be against.
Sorry, say that again.
The summer court was Midsummer. He not talking against this court?
When was this?
When we were first talking with Midsummer. In fact, the only time we have talked with him. You were saying some very commanding things to him.
I'm trying to recall that. I can't remember.
It's a
Since the bonfire, the dragonfire botanicals, when we were talking with Anno the first time.
Oh, yes.
It's gone out of my head now. That could you remind me really quickly? I'm
That's
sorry.
That's all right.
Yep.
When you first were trying to figure out how to help Fran, Hanor brought a fairy individual named Midsummer, who is known as the Prince of the Row. He's kind of the de facto leader. You remember him as one of the students from your teacher, who was a bit of a wild child. Yeah. Now seems to have come into his own.
Yeah, was he a member of the court as well, or was he kind of just outside?
He was outside the court, but
Yeah.
he often would, train with your, I don't want to call him master, your teacher.
Afro, yeah.
Afro, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Been a while since I had to think about that.
No, it's okay. It's been a while, yeah. Been a while.
Wow.
Yeah, he Midsummer was adjacent to the court. I studied with them sometimes. We had the same teacher. Yeah, bit of a wild one, even by my standards.
So he'd instantly recognize you.
I was in my suit.
But that's what I'm saying. He would. Would he?
Probably, if he were to see me.
And do you want that to happen?
I'd rather it happened on my own terms. So for the moment, I mean, I'll probably stick to staying in the suit. Safer there.
Then our mouths are sealed. Your Highness. I'm sorry. I guess the reason you didn't tell us is so we wouldn't do that.
It's just it's not really a thing. As I said, I was brought up in it, but I always felt a bit different to everyone else that was there. That's why I wanted to come here so much, to this plane.
Found it all a bit too much.
Just chaos and political intrigue and lies and favors. It was all a bit dreary to me. I just liked invention and creating.
But isn't that what we're doing here?
But, as I will tell you right now, I will never courtesy for anyone. So you are quite safe from me.
Good to know. It's true, Caché, but I don't know. At least things are... People do speak their minds a little bit more here than there. If you ever have the misfortune or fortune to visit the Fae, do keep in mind everything that you're told. There's a half-truth and a lie somewhere in it.
That seems like a royal pain in the butt to me.
I wanted to get out of there. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get back to this.
That is, yeah. Those are the key points that you catch from Revenant's notes. Yeah.
I think he only would have given it to me if it's something I needed to see. Perhaps we should check out this Lieutenant Arrow.
Where does it say he went last?
The House of Clocks.
Yeah.
The house of yes.
Says these House of Clocks. Is this where we, do you think we will find this Lieutenant Arrow?
Let's get information.
There's the last place
We'll
you
buy
see
some nice
that.
clocks. It's always time for nice clocks.
So of course. Have you ever met a Lieutenant Arrow?
I don't think we've ever met. I kind of knew him, kind of, right?
I think you kind of knew of him, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good lieutenant. Like he had a strong reputation. However, in the last maybe year or so, I think I remember saying that he was kind of falling out of favor.
Like me.
Seems to be
Not saying anything.
But if that is all, what I'll do here is I'll get you onto the Carnival Row map, just so that you can plot out your day. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in the room, or are you heading out?
You want to head out?
Let's head out.
Head out? Okay.
Yep, let's go.
What time is it? Like midday?
At this point, I'd say it's about noon. I'll change the time on the clock there. As you step out of the gnarled hammock, the day greets you. Once more, Caché, you do not feel the blaze of the sun. It seems to be that illusion is clouding out the actual daylight, but yet this place is still just a wash of color and brightness. As you step out, all of you notice that something is quite different about that tree.
Is the tree different in the map?
It is.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
I was thinking, I was like, wait, was it always like that? Yeah, that's awesome.
Nope. So the tree, as you walk out, Gizmo, your heart just explodes with just life of everything, seeing the growth of that tree. The hollowed oak in its true glory and form. It seems like it's just healed itself almost overnight. There's obviously still work to do. You can still see the remnants of that corruption, just these blackened veins that are slowly receding. There is life once more in this tree. You can actually see little small bits of light flittering between the leaves as pixies have returned, and there's just wonder in this place, in the Clover Square once more.
They didn't want to let us down there.
This is right, though. You did a good thing.
More than that, we found someone there home.
Aye.
And hopefully we didn't do too much damage letting Revenant go into the Feywild.
I think he'll actually learn to be in his element.
From the way you describe it, it does sound like something he'd get on with. I mean, he doesn't speak much, and he doesn't seem to trust many people, so...
Yeah, perfectly ideal.
Yes, I am sure he will be fine.
I think we have our own selves to worry about for now.
Cracking fire first?
Sure,
Yes.
let's go.
Caché.
Yes.
As you're walking out, you notice a notice board.
Ooh.
I do love a good notice board.
Oh yeah.
I'll pop
Throw
it
it out
here
there.
as an actual map because it's probably just a little easier to read.
I will notice the notice board with
you know me, I love my-
no tokens
Oh,
vision.
sorry, hang on.
And I skip away.
Yep.
No, don't skip away. Sorry. There. Is that better?
No.
Nope.
Eh.
We need no saying that in here.
Hey,
There we go.
There we go.
Ooh, it's a really nice notice board.
I love me notice boards. So yeah, you come across a very strange, brightly colored notice board. As you do get close, there's a few pixies that actually at you as they fly away. Big, large dragonflies kind of sit on parts of the frame. It almost looks like it's alive a little bit. There's big mushrooms right at the right-hand corner that are kind of just like, hanging out, doing their thing.
Yep.
But you notice the warning, sheep moth infestation. Keep your bloody sheep away.
What's this mirror? Mirror on the wall. What delights I have for you. All seek me through the
I
cracks.
am watching all your backs.
I look in the mirror.
Strange, you don't see a reflection.
The mirror's broken.
What do you mean? I look in the mirror.
Look.
Caché, how are you presenting at the moment?
I have my glamour on.
Oh wait, you don't see your glamour.
I see. But do I see me?
Yeah.
I kind of pat myself. I'm in my drow form, right?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes?
That mirror's fucked up.
What do you see?
Look in the
I
mirror.
couldn't see anything at all. I couldn't see myself.
I saw my boiling form.
Oh, that is strange.
Oh, wait, Gizmo, maybe you should, is there any way of getting yourself, I look around, is there anyone obviously listening to us?
Make a perception check.
While they're sorting that out, I'll look at the mirror.
Okay, Fenris, you see yourself, your reflection, but as you look a little bit closer, seems to be another face right next to yours. A horned individual with silvery skin.
And this is probably the first time I'm seeing the scales too, right?
This would be the first time you see the scales on yourself, yes.
Properly, I mean.
Yeah.
Ah.
Silverlight kind
Oh.
of gives you a wink.
How prismatic. Yeah, I'll go back and I'll look over the other ones.
Okay.
Golden trinkets. Good
yep.
magic items, no knockoffs, promise. That sounds suspicious.
I definitely trust it.
And the Copper Sparrow Couriers.
There's something strange about that one. Kind of catches your eye as you're looking over it. The old clock tower in the Steam Ward. Go ahead, anybody who wants to try or anybody's looking at that can roll a history check.
tower. Isn't that where the lads were staying?
19.
19,
23.
23.
13.
History, was it?
History,
18.
18. Everyone but Gizmo. Sorry.
Distracted.
You
Remember
don't know
that
them like we do.
the street rats block before you left for Carnival Row mentioned that they were going to be moving to somewhere called the Old Clock Tower in the Steam Ward.
Gave them money so that they could start something up.
Well,
So they wouldn't have to work for dickbags anymore.
Well,
So
all
they
of
became
us.
couriers. And their names
no.
spread really quickly. They must be very good.
Well, they're fast. By their own, ad.
but they do say so, so
Perfect
Mhm.
messengers.
I mean, when we hired them for a job, they were very quick.
agreed.
Hope they remember where they got their start from. We get some favorable rates in future.
Good to have.
I rolled a natural 1 for my perception check as well.
Ooh, all right. Nope, no one seems to be paying attention to you at all.
Okay, well, so how about you try and look in the mirror, in your real form.
And you're sure there's no one watching?
I don't see anyone. I've been keeping a keen eye out.
Okay, well look, I do trust you, so I want to see what happens.
Question.
Yeah.
Does my passive pick up anything? Because, I'm
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I trust Al.
Yeah, no, you know what, Caché? Your passive perception picks up something very interesting.
Yeah.
In the very right or left-hand corner, there's Thieves' Cant.
Oh shit.
Gizmo, it's completely safe. You feel completely safe.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I will step up to the mirror as because I should be off to the side while you're going around to look at the thieves' head. And I'll open the thing just to and have a look in the mirror.
Kind of like...
Yeah.
You step out, kind of unhook yourself from the inside of the cockpit and fly up, and you see yourself. You see yourself in the reflection. But it is strange, where that mechanical, the steampunk kind of style wing that you created for yourself. Instead, you see a moth wing in its place.
Oh, well, I can see myself. That's
Oh,
yeah.
relief.
I'm gonna go back in the suit now.
As you go back into the suit, there is a group of what appears to be tourists being led on a little journey by another satyr. They've stopped completely, and they're all staring directly at you as you've stared at yourself in the mirror, and then turned around and gone back into the suit. And you hear a little girl. Did that fairy just go back into the suit? Whole crowd of people just watched.
Al.
I'm already staring at myself in the mirror. What do I see?
I'm just going to immediately turn to him and say, "So, you can see her." Since that's the loose portion of our act, I will silent image the curtain up over Gizmo.
Curtain goes up, and there's like people who don't actually, they're not understanding what you say because they're tourists, so they don't speak the languages, so they're just kind of, oh, I love it. They all just kind of clap, and the tour guide's looking at you like,
Can I gather what they have they're like, or can I guess what kind of languages they would speak?
These individuals seem to actually be visiting from the dynasty, so there's a lot of Elvish in their tongues.
I was just going to take over the tour.
Well, he's just turning to say, what are you doing?
Yeah, the satyr's kind of looking at you like, would you move on? These are paying customers.
I will say to him, just spicing up your act, but I'll say it in Infernal.
Fast talkie, fa.
I was gonna say, you say it in Infernal. Okay. You say so in Infernal, and he just kind of looks at you. What? Go, move along. You're ruining everything. He kind of turns, ladies and gentlemen, and he's like speaking Elvish to the crowd, and then he kind of moves them swiftly along. The crowd follows.
I'm still sending in the curtain.
I'm
Yeah,
reading
it's a
this
circle.
Kent.
It's a circle of a curtain around you.
Al's just admiring him. You fixed your hair a little bit, Al. It's a lovely reflection. Stunning.
I'll shout after
I
him,
think
but
I'm going into a trance. I don't get bed hair.
Very nice. I'll shout after him in trance. Don't give him any tips in Elvish.
You shout at the satyr who's
no,
walking away from you.
At the tourists who can hear me.
Oh, okay. Some of the people in the back kind of look at you strangely, and they yeah, because they're still up.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Very good, very yes. We have
No
money,
tips,
we have
no
money.
tips.
But no, I'm pointing at the satyr and say, don't give him any tips.
Yes. Thank you. I leave.
Fenris, I'm sorry, Fenris. I overheard your Elvish is a bit broken. It kind of sounded like you were asking for tips.
So I was not asking for tips.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but that's what it sounded like though, as I'm trying to read this Thieves Kent.
Well, I'm assuming. Okay, comprehend languages. Is it still up?
It takes an hour,
last
so
for-
It takes an hour.
Is
Okay.
it an hour or is it 10 minutes?
it's an hour. I'm looking at it.
No, I did say that it took you about an hour to decipher the
Yeah.
book.
Well,
Well, you
YOLO,
also
I
know
pop a spell slot.
you also
Alright.
you also would know that I would have spoken Thieves Kent because I was working on it. So you could also nudge me if you like.
Yeah, you're too busy shouting when I was trying to read.
Yeah,
so-
Okay.
Fenris, you're pretty
You do your own
busy dealing with all that. Yeah. Okay, so with comprehend languages, this is not written in a cipher. You recognize the symbols. You can even use pieces of that you've kind of picked up from Revenant's notes. You notice that the first symbol, which looks like a bird skull on top of 3 daggers. It's not a word or anything meaningful in Thieves Cant, but you recognize it, Caché, as a potential symbol of the Nightingales.
Ooh.
As all of your movement throughout the military, they've come across that kind of symbol written on things before. The first symbol you read as "go here," and it appears to be pointing down a certain direction of the row. That certain direction is leading towards the Vale of Dread.
Ooh.
The next symbol is "proceed with caution."
Mhm.
And the third symbol is "being watched."
Okay. I will kind of whisper that to the group.
Okay.
And pass it on to Fenris when she comes back.
I didn't really go anywhere. Just trying to obscure Gizmo
Curtain
from
kind of
nosy
Oh,
tourists.
yeah, fair enough.
Can I come out of the curtain now?
So yes, I'm sorry. I will dismiss the curtain.
I quickly druid crap because I don't know if the tourists are still there or not, and I do this little kind of of leaves that look kind of fairy like in case they might think that's what it is. But then I look around, there's no one there, and I feel really embarrassed.
Like that.
they all kind of.
So I'm sorry, is Sarah gone?
Oh,
It's very nice. You should do that every time you go into the suit.
Al, what the?
What?
You told me there was no one watching. There was an entire tourist group.
I didn't notice them. I'm sorry. I must have had a hair in my eye or something. You know, I have blind spots.
Okay.
Yes.
Great blind trust.
I tried.
I'm really sorry. I'm very glad that you had faith in me, and I let you down.
Yeah, I am a little
Yeah.
less likely to trust you for now. I'm going to be honest.
So I'm sorry for springing a curtain out of nowhere, but I just did not know what else to do. So I'm not good with these kind of people.
No, I do appreciate it that they did see me, and to be honest, I kind of just even froze a little bit. I didn't know what to do, so I thank you for reacting.
Not at all.
Did
you
you
can access.
did you manage to make anything out that you were reading there, Caché?
Yeah. So what I can only assume is the nightingale symbol. then says to go here, and it points towards the Veil of Dread that way. And it says proceed with caution, or you're being watched.
Great.
Caché says out in the open, pointing in a direction.
Well, you did see her
I'm
whispering.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did say she was whispering.
Yeah.
Also, when you kind of follow Caché's kind of like just motioning towards the Veil of Dread, it is truly like a cartoon moment where it's like you're in this beautiful, lovely, luscious, like bright area. You look at the Veil of Dread, it's just dead trees and like a tumbleweed goes by, and it's like dark.
It's literally that. It's like that episode of The
Roads.
Simpsons where he's flowing down the river, and there's just like.
That's exactly what it looks like. Stark contrast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to go there.
Perhaps after we finish the rest of our stuff.
Yes, if you like, we can walk it around in maybe a clockwise or counterclockwise direction.
Weren't we on our way to the Clockwork House?
I thought it was Dragonfire first.
Oh dear, we've already managed to get lost. we literally went out the door, looked at the tree, and we're like, we're lost. We don't know where we're going.
There's a notice board and a
Yes.
mirror. and
Oh,
the
yeah,
notice
I know,
board
yeah,
is lost one of us.
Yes, you've got the mirror, which I feel like the names are showing up on the map for you, and the little tokens, the little pins, they're all
Right
showing
there.
up.
Oh,
So yeah, so you've got basically you kind of know where you're going. House of Clocks is all the way up here, up on Gravelshaw Road. You got Trove and Trinkets here in the square. The other poster there was for Athrithra's Tear Shop. That's over here.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Just sorry to clarify. House of Clocks. That's where Farian Hall works. So that place was where I was delivering the package.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
House of Clocks.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have a suggestion. First, we should go to Sweet Sensations and work from there.
counterclockwise. I like it.
Yes. So then we can go to the botanicals and the House of Clocks, and then we can go into that dark, scary place there.
Yeah, we'll work our way up to it.
You've got plenty of time, and
Yeah.
you
Save
can go
the
wherever
best
you
for
want.
last. And I walk towards to Sweet Sensations.
All right.
Mhm.
The smell hits you all first as the Sweet Sensations comes into view once more. The bakery's doors are wide open, allowing just the smell of freshly baked everything you could possibly think of under the sun is available at this place. And you see the Fearbog baker once more. And there is some new treats. I believe none of you have actually eaten any of the other ones except for Fenris because she became feathery.
Yeah, I would lean into Caché and say, I would very much like to see you eat an owlbear cookie. See what happens.
That would be weird. I've never seen feathers attached to shadow before.
So you can be the first?
I'm getting a lot of those recently.
Do I have the baking list? Oh, I do. Yeah. So if you double click into Sweet Sensations there on the map, you can actually see the menu. Let's see here. I roll for these beforehand to see what she has. So at the moment she has she has some Mighty Rock Candy for the uncommon effects. She has lemon lavender cake, and she has the canary creams at the moment.
I'll take a canary cream.
Canary cream, okay. That's 5 gold.
I give 5 gold.
Okay. You now have a canary cream.
I eat the canary cream.
Okay. Just right there in the shop.
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous pastry. A little bit of the icing on it in particular is just really sweet. You almost kind of tickles a little bit as you're eating it, and the rest of you watch as Caché is polymorphed into a canary.
Yes, you can finally explore that gold mine.
I very quickly reach up to Hoover and just kind of hold them in my hands.
Slowly
Yeah.
begins to
no.
ears back again, body start to like
Hoover.
scooch down the
No, that
kind of
is Caché. We don't eat our party members.
how do the cats do it?
I will hold out my arm
He'll hand out
Sure.
Fenris.
while I order a lavender cake.
Okay. You do so. It is 5 gold.
Okay.
I have the intelligence of a canary as well, right?
You do indeed.
Oh, then I fly up around the shop like as if like I don't know how to escape and it's
Yeah.
on the roof. Yeah.
Circling above everybody.
I'm going to enjoy my lavender
I feel like we're
cake.
going to lose Caché.
I'll keep an
So
eye.
not worry.
Circle. And you see the baker. Not again. If you're gonna eat the pastries, get out. Go outside. Because if it poops in here, I'm gonna lose business.
You don't lose
Okay.
business from like your customers eating these and then flying away.
But they've already paid, so it doesn't matter.
That's actually very
Get
fair. It's a
many
good business
return
model, actually.
customers for this cake.
For this
Okay.
cake in particular, a lot of people buy it for I believe pranks.
I see.
Yes.
So it's
Uh,
very sound reasoning.
Your lemon lavender cake.
Lavender cake, yeah.
You said you eat it?
I'm going to enjoy my lavender cake as I'm walking out.
Perfect. Okay. It is gorgeous. Like a perfect blend of lemon and lavender. You get both sensations perfectly. They are perfectly balanced. And yeah, for the next 10 minutes, you you have fast friends cast on you.
Ooh. Very nice.
I
I'm
think
going
though.
to buy and eat a croissant.
It's an ordinary
Croissant.
Okay.
I don't think we can hang around here. I think we might need to like get Caché.
Well, since I have this new, now I am going to cast Mage Hand and grab Caché and bring her out.
I completely try
Caché.
and
Something is grabbing you. You're not able to fly anymore. You were. Yeah. What are you doing?
I meant something
I
a
am
bit,
trying
a
to
bit
break
more
out of that.
intense.
As soon as it gets, I'm basically going to summon out in front and then just kind of camp. Curl the
Have you
fingers
tried to
around
catch a
so
bird
it
before?
Yeah. No. I'm
I'm
gonna
going to try
say
avoid.
you need to
Yeah.
do a.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm
So
only saying, I'm just saying
dexterity
it's,
save at advantage, Caché, because you're a bird.
yeah, I was just going to say as I'm having to catch, not to basically grab and crush. I'm not trying to do that. I'm
Well,
just saying,
it's a mage
to
hand, so it's
gently
not
crash.
going to be crushing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
Okay. I guess Fenris, roll me a spell check. Roll a
Just
d20
spellcasting?
and add your spell casting.
Okay. Just a modifier?
Just the modifier, yeah.
Yeah. 19.
You do, Gizmo. 19?
Yeah, so I'm assuming I'm going with a tiny bird, right?
Yes, so you
So
should
that's
have
a
pretty
+3.
you should have pretty
So
high.
that is a
dex.
dirty 20.
Dirty
Ah,
20. No,
just
you do
about.
not catch this bird, yep. And
I-
Gizmo, you
if I-
do know.
I think we need something a bit more intense. I'm going to cast a lightning lure.
Oh God!
going to
gonna
murder
kill this
me.
thing.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
just
going
going
to
to
just
encase
open
in
the
the
hand
ball.
and try and...
It,
I was just gonna-
Roll-
you know how
that-
polymorph works, right?
Yes, but
It's a
I suppose that's
It's a-
true.
It's a strength saving throw.
It is a strength save, so Caché,
Yeah.
as your bird,
yes.
Mhm.
Strength, you said.
I was just going to use a bit to try and
Oh,
get her out, but...
Yeah, and then
Okay.
she's a bird who's just gonna fly away. Like I'm dealing with
Yeah.
the problem now. Like
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
that's a -1 for a strength saving throw.
Okay.
you take 10 points of lightning damage.
pull down to the surface of the earth. So, Caché, you were up in the air. You take the lightning damage. You immediately feel your form change again but you are like about
I'll catch
15
her.
feet up into the air.
Well,
then
lightning lure pulls me within 5
pulls
feet.
Exactly. I was gonna say. So, big Caché in the air gets pulled straight into Gizmo, who catches you.
And then I will cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Yeah, because you take 9. I'm assuming 9 points of lightning damage, Caché.
Yeah.
Really sorry about that.
And ye tried, dealing with animals before. Thanks. Though.
Hoover looks very sad. Little ears down.
Yeah, like I'm. This thing's gonna eat you. Like, you heal 11 hit points, so you.
Oh, I'm okay. Cool.
Yeah. And I just
Thanks,
put you
and
down.
I float off you.
Oh.
Okay.
I will look between the two of them and then go buy a canary cream.
She does not actually have any more. She only had one for the day.
Oh, great. Okay.
They're powerful things. Like, she can't just be like dishing them out all the time.
Fair enough.
But you guys enjoy some of your sweet sensations. Whoa, Al, whoa. The walls just broke. I'm sorry. Al, you enjoy your croissant? Croissant?
Do they have coffee?
Heck yes, why not? I'll say for coffee and croissant, you can, I don't know, like 2 silver.
How much was the 11 lavender cake?
5 gold.
Okay.
Okay. Where are you headed to next?
Dragonfire Botanicals, I assume.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go.
Heading over to Dragonfire Botanicals. Hasn't changed much. We've only been gone 3 days. But you once more enter the kind of strange cave-like abode. Again, there's really no door. It's like an entrance. Very rocky kind of entrance as you make your way inside. Again, just as messy and disheveled as when you first arrived. Bottles everywhere, tinctures, everything is just. But it seems in its chaos there is order, but just order that you might not understand.
See us cleaned up.
Turn the corner once more, and you see that big dragon skull with a bunch of candles underneath. Or nearby. I shouldn't say underneath, because the skull would be on fire and that wouldn't be good. But almost on cue, as you kind of look around this place, you hear just a little bit of movement upstairs as Hanor, the, again, tiefling presenting, but all of you know that is not quite tiefling, individual makes their way down the windy little metal staircase, holding a book in his hand, and he kind of bends down underneath the last point there and looks at it, closes the book. You're alive.
Yes, very, very perceptive of you.
Very much thought you were all dead, I'll be honest. It's very good to see you all.
There was times where we thought that too.
And you thought we died?
Yes, I thought you all sacrificed yourselves for the tree. I thought that would be the end result.
Such was what you were expecting of us when we went down.
Gone for 3 days as well.
True. Your companion just said it there. I thought you were gone for 3 days, and also a night too. The trees only seemed to be healing itself in the last 24 hours. I assumed you were all dead, but I am so grateful that you are alive.
So are we.
You can kind of see this almost like kind of healing scar marks of the netting that you kind of saw he was going up against when he was down in the first chamber with you. The scars are still kind of healing at this point.
Hopefully you didn't get into too much trouble when you got back.
No, actually it had been a day. Midsummer was a bit concerned, and frustrated with me that I went against his orders. But again, we thought that you were dead, so we thought that maybe this was an okay thing if the tree is back. But you're alive, so he'll even be more excited that you're back, I guess.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
don't go see him right away. Just leave it be a bit.
I mean, it kind of sounded like some pains in his ass went away and died, and now we're suddenly back.
Yes. I will be
If he-
honest, yes, that's exactly how he saw it, but
This is good, no? It's, he believes we are dead and will not bother us. So,
that is also true. He means well. Do know and understand that. There was much going on. He had lost quite a few people who had tried to go into the temple. None of them came back, so the fact that you all went, there was no loss for him in the end.
That's what I was trying to argue, and he didn't accept it at the time.
Yes, for someone who was so adamant that we wouldn't go, he didn't seem to care much that we'd just gone and died.
Yes, you must understand. You did it of your own volition. You were not asking his permission. If you were asking his permission, he would be responsible. You went down there by your... Well, you and I, we all went down there of our own volition, which means that his hands are free.
Oh, semantics.
I understand it is difficult to understand, but know that he will be grateful.
I mean, kind of sounds like fey politics and works. Get things to go the right way and never really actually have a hand in it.
You understand,
Yeah, I've been through it a while.
big metal man.
Lot in my data banks.
So, Fenris, were you successful in your journey?
I think so.
Good. So, she is free of the curse.
Tough the cows, yes, but the cage not yet.
Ah, good. I'm glad to potentially have a chance to hear her song again.
Yes. So I would like to hear it for the first time.
Did you face anything in the temple? It is called the Temple of Reflection for nothing.
Yes. There's someone wearing this armor.
Kind of looks you over. I have no dice. One moment.
Oh no.
Is this her
J-
first
Would you
roll?
not have dice?
Is
No
it? Yeah, is
dice.
that the first roll?
This
of
is
the
her
night?
first roll of the
Oh
night.
god! Wow,
Wow.
we're like an hour and three
Whoa.
quarters in.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay. Hanor kind of looks over the armor, looks over you. I do not recognize the armor.
So I would be surprised if you did. So I feel as if I traveled through one of the mirrors into...
Could I potentially flash of genius their roll and see if a +5 gets anything? I don't know how low what they rolled, but would you allow that?
She's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say go on.
Okay.
If you want to burn one. Yeah.
I'll
go
burn
on.
it. I'll give it a go.
Alright, go ahead, burn it. You rolled. So is it a +5?
+5 to whatever they rolled, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me that lore! This is what this feature exists for!
Give it to me now. Okay. One moment, please, while I grab my other. Okay. He looks over the armor. seems to kind of have a puzzled look on his face. Kind of shifts the position and where he's right across from Gizmo. And Gizmo, you kind of see that something's not quite there, and you call upon that flash of genius, and you kind of see his face light up for a moment, and his eyes get big. That is the armor of the hero of Skyfire. Or so they say. Did you come across a name or anything else that might help my hypothesis?
Sorry, let me check my notes. What was his hypothesis?
That you are currently wearing the armor of the hero of the Age of Skyfire.
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm thinking of what I did the first time I was here, trying to remember. Yes, I'll look up at Hanover, as I say. So yes, this was won by someone in the Age of Skyfire, I believe, but
Yes.
was no hero. Not in the end, at least.
But with the sword and the armor, did you get a name?
Yes, I had his name. So at least it was who I thought it was. His name was Evaliron.
The humble blacksmith. Yes. He turns up in many retellings of the Age of Skyfire. Ivaliron. They call him the Eater of Dragonfire. But you are correct. From my knowledge and what I remember and understand, what I was taught is that he was no hero. This all makes sense. You kind of see him starting to put all the pieces together in his own mind, and he starts to kind of mumble to himself a bit. And oh, that makes sense. Then that would do that. So, yes, his greatest achievement, the Eater of Dragonfire, was slaying one of the most terrifying dragon generals of the age, the Maddening Inferno.
See, he did not.
Facing him must have been difficult for her.
Yes. It was difficult always to confront someone who has betrayed you in the past. But I was not there for him.
You see him get a little bit. In a way, you can see the side of the draconic bloodline in his face. He kind of breathes a bit heavier, a little bit, trails of smoke come out, his teeth get longer, and he goes, "Did she kill him?"
Well, that is why I now wear this armor.
Kind of smacks his hand against his leg. Good. It is about time.
Yes.
He deserves
Thank you
less.
for your help before.
You can kind of see the features recede back into his form. Of course. I'm always happy to help weary travelers.
Is there anyone else in here, or is it just him?
Seems to only be him. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So, heroes of Carnival Row, and no one even knows that you exist. What is your next steps? Where do you go
Well,
next?
Our next step is to keep it that way.
Well, if no one else thanks you, because people think differently in the row, I will thank you. You've done a great service to this place. You didn't need to.
But it seems such a shame to have such a gorgeous looking place ruined by a sad looking tree.
It is hard when the rot sets in. But it takes brave souls to root it out. So we thank you for that.
Thank you again for risking yourself in bringing us there.
I had only
We've been
wished
quite a while digging our way down.
Wish I could have gone the rest of the way, but you were right, and he looks to you, Gizmo. I would have only slowed you down. That place, the primal spirits, they have their reasons for keeping dragons at bay.
I hope
But
you know I
that-
didn't mean no disrespect by it.
Not at all. No, I completely understood. You would have all been trying to keep me safe when you all needed to watch each other's backs. By the way, weren't there 2 more of you?
About
Yes.
that.
Yes.
It's kind of the
Say,
reason actually why we're not dead.
So, one of them actually essentially is more than just the reason we're not dead, but the reason the tree is back in its lively state.
Yes.
And now they've both gone to the Feywild, I think.
He kind of leans back on his other leg and kind of goes, interesting. I did warn your companion, Revenant, I believe his name
Aye.
was, that there was a sacrifice. I obviously did not know what it was, but was it the little one?
It was actually a stroke of fortune in a way. It turned out that, well, Fran had a connection to this tree, and that connection was stronger than any corruption could seep in. So no, she didn't have to sacrifice herself. She became closer with the soul of the tree.
Is Everly so delightful? I would love to know more about what you experienced, what you saw down there. If you would permit a bit of time with me.
Some pretty horrifying stuff, including some kind of light mother.
Summons a book,
Tentacles.
begins writing down everything you're saying.
Gizmo, I believe you said something about a crying heart.
Aye, yes, it kind of swallowed me up, and while I was inside in it, I could see what looked like to be its heart, but there was just this wailing coming from it.
So, that sounds horrible.
It was. I kind of wanted to end its suffering as quick as possible.
Giant plant ate giant metal man. Crying heart? Question mark. This is fascinating. He just keeps writing, and you can see like the book itself is. It looks like it's a book that someone would take as they go explore different different places. It's just full of all different kind of notes and of different things that he has seen and experienced over the years. But you can take some time with him, share all that you saw, if you wish.
Yeah, is there anything we wouldn't say to him? Oh, we tell him everything.
I'd leave out the part that we broke a nightmare out of its cage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Leave that part out.
sure. Yeah, I'm totally on board with that one.
We could replace it with something else. Like we found a whole load of bodies of druids that obviously died in an orgy.
Hoover is slowly moving one of the bottles closer and closer to the edge. One of the tinctures.
I'm just gonna put Mage Hand underneath by the bottom to catch it.
Okay, I'd say this time you do.
I will lift it back up.
I go over to him.
I lift it back up, put it back on the table, and
he's switched back. At this point, he's actually back in his cat form.
Okay.
They are back in their cat form. Sorry.
I put him so he wraps around my neck.
I was going to say, if he knocks it off, I'll just catch it and move it back up on there and rinse and repeat, hold it back out.
Boy.
Okay.
I've grabbed
it. Doesn't break anything, but yeah, if you pick them up,
we should
it's
leave
ruining my
that
fun.
part about the vault.
All right. So you're gonna leave out the vault.
Yeah.
Perfect. No worries. You can leave out the vault. He doesn't seem very he's not asking any more questions about did you see this? He's just taking down everything that you're saying. Even bits and pieces of the murals that you saw. He goes on to confirm that those seem to be linked to the different ages of time, and is fascinated by the circle of statues that you face. He's loves everything that you're telling him. But spend I'd say a few hours if you wish with Hanor. Is there anything else you want to discuss with him?
No, I think I've got everything I need from here, unless anyone wants to do some shopping.
Should we ask if they know anything about Farian Hall and the clock?
Maybe would be an idea actually, because we trust Hanor. So
yeah, I'll say it to them. Do you know most of the other shopkeepers and workers around the area?
I do, yes, a fair few of them. Some of them are a bit they keep to themselves, but yeah, I do.
Would you know Master Farian Hall? I believe he works in the House of Clocks.
House of Clocks, yes. Strange little man, but very enjoyable when you get him talking. He's up on Gravelshaw Road. I haven't seen him in a few days, now that I think about it.
And you've never noticed anything kind of off about them, or anything? They never gave you a bad vibe.
There's an audible. I mean, even with low passive perception, it doesn't matter. There's a facial feature of, well.
Well, it worked that one time.
He doesn't hide things very well, so it's pretty easy to read Hanor. But he kind of strange. I mean, you are in Carnival Row, which is embodiment, a melting pot of oddities and strange beings. All I will say is Farian Hall keeps interesting friends. Some people have been seen coming and visiting him at all hours of the night. If you do go to the House of Clocks, just bring earplugs. It takes a bit of time to get used to his aesthetic.
Well, that's good to know.
It's a lot of ticking.
You are on the right track.
Asynchronous ticking. Nothing worse.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Even worse, they go tick, 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 tick.
Really helps you get you focused.
Arrhythmic ticking. I can't speak. Arrhythmic ticking.
Rhythmic ticking.
It's a rhythmic until you get them all in line.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. And it's rhythmic.
It gives me a sense of purpose,
I like clockwork that's rhythmic.
They all have their own rhythm.
You will enjoy your time at the House of Clocks then.
Interesting perspective.
You find any kind of timekeepers that way. It's many different things to choose from. I mean, it's mainly a House of Clocks, just to prepare you. There's nothing really else that he sells. But
oh, of course. I have some business with him, and I figured I'd like to at least, get to know a little bit about him before I met him. So I appreciate your candor.
From anything else, he's just a odd inventor. Most of the clocks, again, I mean, you know, there's definitely a theme to his madness, but yeah.
Well, I look forward to meeting him then. Maybe some like minds.
And enjoy your time in the row. Do always be careful. There's a satyr running around trying to steal some people's times. So just to be aware of that.
I think we met them. Well, we certainly met a satyr who was asking for some of our time.
Oh, well, there you go. See, you're already... You're meeting the best in the
They
worst
literally
already.
steal people's time?
Indeed, yes.
Oh.
Careful, young master.
I know you're
You
saying
must,
that matter-of-factly, but could you possibly elaborate on what you mean by that?
I think I understand why they didn't seem interested in me. Right.
There you go. Always trust your gut in this place. People will weave words together in sentences that might not quite make sense, but read between the lines. That's what I've learned here. It's a good place to lay low.
And that dark area.
Yes. Veil of Dread, you mean?
Yes. What,
It's a very
can you
same.
tell me more about that?
Oh, what is it that you want to know? You want to know the shops? You want to know the ins
Just
and outs?
the
Workings?
ins and outs?
Veil of Dread, it looks a lot scarier than it actually is. As you can already see, and being that you travel with a fey creature before, in Fran, I'm assuming that you're aware that there are fey that lean towards the light, there are fey that lean towards the dark, there are fey that straddle both spheres. There are many different types, and the Veil of Dread just allows for those that might walk in the dark a bit more to feel more at home. I will suggest, if there was any shop to go and visit, Athrithra's tier shop is quite a wonder. She has a very interesting trade, I must say, trading in stories and memories. What she has available is quite a way to boost up your abilities if you wish.
Very
As in
interesting.
more than just experiences, but experience.
Well, the best thing you can sell is a story. Or your memory. Trade it for another.
Interesting concept. Caché is in her own head.
I think we all are.
I have a couple of things I'd like to forget.
I have a couple of things I'd like to remember.
So I would not change anything.
Yeah, so-
just like that.
I am
perfect.
No,
I'm not
I
changing a
like this
thing.
Ideal.
It was definitely not ideal, but it's maybe who I am, so I'm not changing anything.
Very good. Okay. All right. So, anything else that you discussed with Hanor in the Dragonfire Botanicals?
I think that's everything for me anyway.
Okay. So,
I'll have a quick look at the stock, but I don't know
Okay.
if there's anything I actually need.
If we click on it, will it have?
actually, I realize now, no, it doesn't. So, let me just pull up Dragonfire Botanicals. So obviously there's going to be the kind of usuals for potions. So if you're wanting to stock up on any like potion, healing potions, he's got 2 regular healing potions and 3. What's the next one? Greater healing potions.
Probably worth investing on potions. I'm out anyway.
I have
don't
one.
think I have any.
How much for the lot?
For the lot, I think. Hang on.
I'll do some haggling with
Did I
him
say
then
2?
if he's saying all of that.
So there's, I just said there was 2 regular and then
3 greater.
3 greater. I think that's times 3 plus. So the total, he's gonna give you a mega discount because you saved the row. Yeah. So 400. He'll give it to you for 250, and he's going to throw in an extra potion, a tincture actually. So be 250 for the lot.
75
And-
each, right?
I think so, yeah.
5 each.
Let me just
No,
double check.
How much each?
If it's 250.
I can't
Okay.
afford that.
Did we take much money from Revenant, or was he stingy with that?
I will say,
I
like, I
think he
didn't
probably
actually
kept it.
say that he gave you any money, so.
Okay, so yeah,
Sorry.
I can give some in, so 62 gold.
No, I'm good.
After this, I will be.
I am.
Yeah, I'm good. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, a wizard that had money.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, well,
It's
You know.
strange.
Sugar daddy.
I was just about to say it, but I didn't say it.
benefactors.
So you all have now 2
Benefactors.
regular potions. And
So
yeah. He gave you 2 regular, 3 greater, and he then hands you Gizmo the extra potion, which you turn around, you turn it around in your metal hands, and you look at it, and it just says potion of erosion.
okay.
Of the ocean. And he kind of just taps your hand and goes, "Be careful with that one, especially because you're metal." I made it special. It breaks down stone, metal, effectively, efficiently. It's like acid. It burns it away, so like an erosion. It's very good if you're trying to sneak into something. You can throw it on a wall or a person if you want. It's completely up to you.
That's very well.
Just be careful with it.
This would definitely have disastrous consequences if it fell on you, yes.
All
Yeah.
right, so Al, you now have a potion of erosion.
Humphrey, stay away from this. I have one.
I have 1 healing potion.
I have 1.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
3 greater is 1.
Yeah.
A greater.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A regular.
And a regular. Do you mind if I take one of the greater ones since I'm front line? Right.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, you have both regulars. So 2 regular healing potions for you. All of the 3 of you have regular healing potions. Now you have 1 greater. So yeah. Perfect. Lovely. Okay. So, heading out of Dragonfire Botanicals, the row is yours. Where would you like to go?
North.
North
North.
to the past the tree.
Past the tree.
I think we're heading to the House of Clocks.
Literally, as you were passing Gizmo, you actually watch as part of like the fern is almost like growing in real time. The whole place is just slowly like growing and becoming more lush. It's quite beautiful.
Oh, the tree's happy to see you.
It's just every time I see it, it's just like another wave.
Take a
of-
moment to stop.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
It's just like, yes, this is the way it should be.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Okay. I love this. This This is not at all what I was expecting, so I am so excited. Okay. Caché is running around. Located on the northern portion of the row, past the Clover Square and the gorgeous, beautiful, growing hollowed oak, you come to a golden-trimmed house, kind of townhouse, is one story above, it seems, built right along the river. And as you're kind of approaching as well, the river is just that fluorescent kind of color. It almost has kind of like an oil, like when oil's on top of water, it has that kind of glistening look. It kind of has almost that reflective kind of feel as you pass near the water. As you approach, the windows seem to be blocked by really like large shelving units and or curtains, so you can't really see inside. But you see a little bit of light coming out from the doorway. And what would you guys like to do?
Forward.
I'll just double check that I have the package.
You do indeed.
But I won't have it out. I'll put it back again, just making sure that everything is there.
Everything's secure. Yep, you still have the package. Nothing's changed or moved or anything.
So how are we doing this? Are we supposed to wait outside?
I mean, I had kind of come into this thinking this was just a regular delivery. Just after finding that there might be a bit more complicated. So I kind of think I'd rather if you were nearby, if that's all right.
Very well, we shall all brave this cacophony.
I guess it's a case of, though, do we want to try and pass this off as we don't know what's going on, we're just making a delivery, or what are we trying to get out of this?
Yes.
People not to open the box, or
why don't we not go in as customers, get a vibe, and then decide whether we'll make the delivery or not?
So yes, I think secrecy in this endeavor would be the most advantageous for us.
If I'm to make the delivery, though, it wouldn't make much sense for me to come in looking around and then do it. So maybe I could, if one of you are going in, I could sit in like your pocket or something, sit out of the suit.
So
Sure.
very well. Just a PK pocket.
Wow, you have a lot of them. That's a fantastic suit. It's full of pockets.
Full of pockets.
Yeah, I will I'll fly up to Fenris and I'll try and like find a part of like where the armor overlaps or something that I can kind of like nestle down in and hide.
There's one of the wings that just lift up that you can hide underneath.
I engage the handbrake on the suit first.
I was gonna say, where are you leaving the suit? Are you kind of leaving it off to the side of the path, or?
Yeah, I'm assuming that if we're, I suppose, are we all
just
going in, or who's actually going in?
I think we're all good. If you just leave it outside by the door as if it's our bodyguard waiting for us. It'll probably still be inhabited by the nightmare cat, so no one's going to try and steal it. Otherwise, they will be,
Okay,
devoured piece by piece.
Yeah,
True.
Terry would say.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, very good.
No, so I'd say Sari would not be a good idea if we are to remain inconspicuous.
He's a shadow. He can hide. He'll just swap from mine to Gizmo's shadow.
So,
I think that's good. I have something as well that can alert me. I'll just take 1 minute to cast alarm around where I'm leaving the suit.
Very good. Okay. You take a few moments to cast alarm and leaving the suit off to the side, maybe a little maybe hidden just a little bit in some of the trees and bushes, kind of just inconspicuous, next to this bright golden house that you have come to. So, yep. You are able to then fly into Fenris's pocket. And who's going in first?
I'm definitely staying near the back anyway.
Okay.
Say I'll go in first, in front line after all.
I know we're not going in battling, but
Okay.
Okay.
The door is open. Stepping inside, the smell hits you first.
Oh, no.
Smoldering metal, ether, blood. Pushing forward into the space, door opens and a massive pool of blood is right in the center. The workshop is completely destroyed, but there is a annoying sound of unsynchronized ticking as the walls are covered in all manner of grandfather clocks, cuckoos, just every kind of type of clock you can think of is on the walls or in the shelves. Some are lopsided. Many of them are ticking incorrectly. Some are stuck in time, going back and forth, looking like they're about to break. Blood stains the walls, the floors, the ceiling. And in the center of this space, you see a body.
I'm going to quickly cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Casting Detect Magic.
Probably
Go
didn't
get
need to
your
leave the
suit,
suit
Gizmo.
outside. Yeah, Can you
Yes.
open the door, please? It's a bit heavy.
I opened the door.
Doors open again.
Fly straight out. Immediate suit opens into the suit. Lock yourself in. Close it down. Take a breath. Of
Fuck.
everything you just saw. Gizmo, you take a moment. Maybe. Do you take a
Yeah,
moment?
no, yeah. I think there would be like, as soon as I'm back in the suit, and I'm like, okay, I'm in a safe place. I think there would just be a moment where he just kind of goes into a bit of shock, and just kind of doesn't do anything for a moment. He's just thinking.
I'm seeing the
You see-
Gizmo is kind of shutting down
you
a
see-
bit.
Yeah, you see your
Wait.
monitor is kind of reacting to your own heartbeat,
Yeah.
and you can kind of see like calm sensors, like reduce heart rate. They're just kind of trying to like tell you to like
I'm-
breathe.
There.
Yeah, I think Gizmo would actually like be having a bit of a panic attack.
Okay. Inside the suit. Al,
Yeah.
you said you were.
Seeing that Gizmo is kind of like having a bit of a moment, I might just like tap him on the shoulder and see, oh, Gizmo. There's a lot of clocks here that need realigning. How about we focus on that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I might take her a minute though.
Of course, I'll get to work. And I'll just start going around, just definitely kind of aligning the clocks to try and get them synchronized so that the ticking is less overwhelming.
Okay. All right. Roll me a Tinker's Tools check. There, Al.
Mm-hmm.
I'm immediately going to start investigating.
Yeah, I'm at the body.
I assumed you two would be investigating.
Two
So
of us would be
investigation checks for both of
investigating.
you, please.
Yeah, I'm exclusively doing the body though.
Okay, so
So I don't.
Caché's doing the body.
Could
What is-
possibly do more of a
Do
medicine check?
medicine.
Okay.
If you're doing that, you can do medicine.
If you're
so-
inspecting the body, I'm going to try and inspect so I can, if I can rebuild
what
it, as it
happened?
were.
Rebuild
Yeah.
what kind of transpired. Okay, all right. So
Yeah,
Al,
reconstruct
So
the
is
scene.
it intelligence plus proficiency?
it would be intelligence plus your proficiency because you're proficient with Tinker's Tools. So yeah.
I'm going to use one of my lucky points and roll that again. That's much better. That is 28.
28. Oof. easily done. Humphrey, at your side, starts to kind of almost mimic your movements as well, kind of turning some of the clocks that are on the lower parts
Double
of
speed.
the walls. You take the top parts and you slowly begin to realign the clocks on the walls. They're ticking slowly from one side all the way over to, it's going to take you a bit of time. There's a lot of clocks here, but if you work at one corner, you start moving your way across, the ticking begins to synchronize as you're moving your way. So that's kind of what
Awesome.
you're doing at the moment.
I can think and talk while I do this as well.
You can think and talk. Humphrey's giving you some help, and Gizmo, you can take as long as you need outside the house, before coming back in.
I think
It's up to you.
like after I've calmed down a bit, I'm going to take out my sending stone.
Okay.
And I'm going to send a message to Matthias, even though he asked me not to. And I'm going to say, Matthias, are you okay? Farianal is dead. I think murdered. What is going on? Please tell me you're okay.
There is no response.
I think Gizmo's just going to sit there clutching the stone waiting for a response.
Okay. Caché,
Yes.
medicine check.
I
you
got
roll?
a 19.
19. Okay. This music is far too happy. Hang on one second. Okay. Looking over the body, that's a nice roll. It's pretty easy to see. There's not much hidden in this particular form. You see a elvish individual, kind of tawny skin, short, almost kind of blonde, dirty blonde hair that is smeared with dried blood. The body is beaten and bloody. You see that through those checks, you can tell that this was not a quick death. This individual was meant to feel pain and suffer. Potentially for a few hours, it seems. Breaking the small bones in his fingers and his hands, his lively work, his life, all in an inventor's way of using their hands, broken bit by bit.
Is there, from what I've seen, any techniques used by the military in terms of interrogation? The darker side of the military, maybe.
I understand. Yes and no. The yes part is that these particular breaks were strategic. They were well thought out. They were made with intent. Like someone as if they were being tortured for information. However, there is a... There is a... The words are escaping me. There's a intent behind it that makes you question if this person even felt that they were doing something wrong. There was no hesitation. These marks were made deliberately, forcefully, and slowly, it seems. You also find bits of metal in some of the wounds, as if someone was repeatedly hit with a metal object. Blunt. And with that medicine roll, I'd say actually roll me perception. Let's see how well you're... Perception or investigation, whichever one.
it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Yeah, it's 7.
7. Okay.
Can I use my chronal shift and let him to roll again?
You can indeed. You are kind of keeping an eye out with
Mhm.
everything and
I'm just
keeping your
listening, yeah,
hands
while I'm-
busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
So
a 21.
21. Roll on that table, Al.
Yes, that's doobity
8,
doo.
8 or above.
Oh, that's a 1.
Oh.
So I need to roll
How fitting in the house.
Okay.
How fitting in the house of
House of
clocks.
Clocks. Yes,
How
indeed.
Time.
fitting. How very fitting.
Oh
Give me
my
one
god.
So
one sec.
you
I roll a
your
d20 again.
your time effect surge goes down to 0, just so you're aware. And you can roll a d20, and I will let you know what effect happens.
Messing with time.
Messing with time. Butterfly
Tends to
effect.
mess back.
That's a 19.
Ooh, you're lucky. It's a good one.
Okay.
All allies within 30 feet of you gain +2 to their attack rolls and damage, as you
Nice.
now influence them through time. The effect then lasts until your next turn, so it's not too long of a thing. So if you were in combat, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I will say for this, I'll allow that +2 bonus to go towards you guys for your checks. So Fenris, whatever you rolled for your investigation, you can then add a +2 to it as well.
Nice.
Hooray.
So what did you roll for your investigation?
Rolled 19, so +2 is 21.
21. Okay, perfect. And Caché, you rolled 21 for your perception?
Yeah, then +2, then it's 23.
So 23 total. Perfect. Okay. I'd say the two of you come across this almost simultaneously because those rolls are so high. And Al's influence with bending space and time around you both. Both of you are
Good work
about
with
to
those
move.
clocks.
Yeah, you're both moving away from this
Be
point,
mild.
but something catches your eye, a glimmer. And you both are kind of pulled back to what appears to be refined pieces of metal scattered kind of underneath parts of the elf's arms. And what it appears like is scales. Not dragon scales, though. More metallic.
Huh. Al,
Hmm.
take a look at these scales.
I'll Humphrey, you carry on there for a moment. I'll just have a quick look at this. And I'll just go run over and check what the metal scales are.
Okay.
Or do you say they're embedded into the corpse? Or
They
just
seem to be
hidden
kind of
underneath?
scattered on the floor, but as you kind of hand that scale to Al, Caché, you notice that some of them are actually embedded in the body as well.
Oh. What do these look like?
Roll me a... I think it's fitting that it's you. Roll me a... I'll let you decide. Investigation or history?
Boobity boop boop.
If I'm still investigating, can I help with this?
That'll be a history.
I'd say since you've already rolled yours,
Okay.
don't worry,
I'll-
I'm getting to you
I'll
in a
wait.
second. Which one are you going for?
Okay. I'm going for history, and that's 26.
26. Ooh. Okay. Al, can you pop into secrets with me?
Yee.
Do you need
Oh.
my mic or anything? Or what do I do?
No, it's okay. It's alright.
Oh, this is Secret of Secrets.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
happening?
it's all silent now because we're writing down the notes.
My
You can hear me
memory's just-
I
scribbling
like I'm genuinely like having like a moment here. Like I could have gotten here sooner, and like yeah, like Gizmo's definitely spiraling out now.
You think if we went here before I went down the tree and lost the 3 days?
Well, I mean,
Like-
I knew about delivering this package on the airship. I chose to wait around. It's not
But,
just
like,
that.
If you'd have gone earlier and given him the package, this would have happened after you left, and none of us would have known about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point, but he's definitely not thinking that way.
And they would have had the package.
That's
Yeah.
That's
Unless you
that probably
arrived
is
at the
case.
exact same time as who I suspect Lieutenant Arrow is involved here.
Oh, why do you think Lieutenant Arrow could be involved in this?
Because he was last seen going in there, and so
I suppose.
and it's very
It all depends
military
what metal.
the torture.
Yeah, it all depends what the metal scales are.
Ow.
Oh,
The suspense.
these scales are awfully similar. Awfully similar to what we saw on the envoy. I mean, you were describing, or sorry, were you thinking aloud when you were examining the corpse, or were you?
I mean, I would have definitely, if you were paying attention, I would have been kind of mumbling. I wouldn't necessarily have been shouting it out, but I would have been talking to myself.
Would have gone through it, like, verbally.
Yeah.
You said it. How would you say something about there being some kind of malice, but precision in this? Is it possible that maybe one of his creations, an envoy, might have come back to hurt him, to kill him? Or maybe this envoy was under the control of someone else entirely? Does it look like there's enough, like, kind of scrap around the place that there would be the full corpse of an envoy, or does it look like it would have made it out of here?
I would say with all the rolls so far, nah. And the metal is very different. The bits that you're finding, and actually this is going to link into with Fenris. With that, what was your roll again? You said 22?
21 in total.
21 in total. With Al's kind of influence there. You're noticing that, like, the bits and pieces of metal that are on the ground, they actually look like scrap pieces. They're more like what the inventor of this home, Farian Hall, would be using to make things. You see, as you're kind of looking around the place, you see that clocks have been pulled off the walls. Some of the books have been thrown aside. It's like entire shelves have been pulled off, as if someone was looking for something hurriedly. And it doesn't look like the metal could be the same, and or there's enough of it to be like a dead envoy anywhere. No, it's not. It's very different.
Okay, I'm gonna convey everything that I'm seeing, and if I'm trying to reconstruct what happened outside of, obviously, the dead body.
Okay. You also, just so you're aware too, you come across 300 pieces of, like, just scrap metal, very similar to what you've seen Gizmo work with before. General parts,
Right.
Springs, copper wire, gears, all those kinds of things.
Yeah,
I
if
have
there's
a
any.
theory.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Arrow was last seen going in here. Why would he not report to a murder?
Lieutenant Arrow.
If this Lieutenant Arrow.
Sorry?
This
Lieutenant Arrow.
Lieutenant Arrow.
Sorry, you froze on me.
Is that
Oh,
Lieutenant
sorry.
Arrow?
Sorry?
Is that Lieutenant Arrow?
Is that Lieutenant Arrow?
Well, have we identified the body first?
It's not Lieutenant Arrow. I'm pretty sure of that. Doesn't look like it doesn't look like anyone of military stature, I suppose, does it?
Also, I'll just say right now, because Caché, you know this, Lieutenant Arrow is a fire genasi.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. I would say that then.
You know that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So is this Lieutenant Arrow? You think is responsible or involved with this?
I think he's definitely involved, and my number one suspect at the moment.
I'm gonna get down on the floor and try and look for any hidden trapdoors or anything like that.
Okay. I'd say with the role as well that you had, again, with kind of Al's influence and everyone else kind of looking around, you are able to kind of piece together that it appears someone came into the home. If you're kind of trying to recreate what happened,
Reconstruct the
tortured
scene.
this individual right where they found him. Didn't even take him anywhere, didn't even mind the screams, if there were any. Just went to work.
Okay,
There's other
so
buildings around this
again.
one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So no one has
Probably.
anything?
Well, we don't know. We haven't asked. I mean, this could have happened
Well,
last time.
firstly, Gizmo is still outside, so maybe someone
I'm
should
gonna go and check on
talk to him. Yes, that would be appreciated.
I think Humphrey is perfectly capable of realigning some clocks.
Yes.
Go on.
He's at work and he's doing a very good job. He even has pulled a little stool over for himself and he's gotten up to like the higher ones. And he's
if possible, perhaps Humphrey could help me. Perhaps Terry too.
Terry.
She was tearing clocks off the wall, obviously looking for something.
To be honest, I'm surprised that Humphrey is even doing this when that I asked him.
Yes, well, I will ask him politely if he would help me search for something hidden.
Be my guest.
Yes, I do not know how to really talk to him, but if Humphrey can understand me. But I will ask him anyway. So I'll walk over to Humphrey. Humphrey, my boy, would you be so kind as to help me with searching for something hidden here?
Al, you hear in your head.
The big scary lady is speaking to me. Can you translate?
She's looking for something hidden. Not sure if she knows what it is.
It would be a saw or compartment.
I will.
I would like to help.
relay this.
I would like to help. friend.
You'd like to help. Okay, well, very good. Yes, Humphrey would be very pleased to assist you.
Okay, I will gesture to the place. Very well. If you would like to help, then please just speak a word and search at your leisure.
Okay. Both Terry and Humphrey go on the search for something hidden.
I'm going to do the same. Just try to find if either an apartment that they found or something that was hidden.
Okay. Terry did not do well.
Well, he's a butler, not an investigator, so he's going to help.
He bottles.
But as
I
you're
think Terry would be
continuing,
very useful at transporting things from one area to the other to make it easier.
which is exactly what he starts to do. But as you are continuing your search, Al, you were saying you were going to step outside really quick too.
Check on Gizmo.
Okay. Al steps out of the house, breathing the fresh air. Gizmo?
The suit is motionless.
Are you like squatting down or you just stood?
Stood, just kind of maybe a little bit like hunched.
I might go over and just kind of lean and stretch on your Sorry, Gizmo, we don't mind. I'm cramping up. It's a lot of clocks in there, you see. God. Ah. Hands really. I'm not used to this dexterous labor anymore. My magic has me lazy.
There would be no response.
Birthplace. See why someone would want to settle down here, set up a shop. Yeah. Plan.
I think you'd hear like something that sounds like static, like something being flicked on, and then you'd probably hear like the sound of sniffling. Yeah. You said you wanted help with those clocks, right?
Yes. Still a fair few of them.
Right, well, I can help.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, yeah, that just was a lot to process. Yeah. But I can help. I want to help.
Well, I think Humphrey and I were about halfway finished, maybe. And then Humphrey got distracted and started helping Fenris try and find something hidden. I'm not sure if either of them know what they're looking for, but...
Right, well, I'll see what I can do to make myself useful. I'll
I
head
think
back
that
inside.
whatever you do, you're always useful anyway, so...
No response.
Okay. You can step back in, or step into the house, or to the shop, and begin to work your way through the clocks. Gizmo, maybe not quite looking over at the body. You're only seeing parts of it and immediately kind of turn away. Caché is kind of looking over everything, and Fenris is currently working with Terry and Humphrey, looking for something hidden. Which two things are brought to your attention, Fenris. Humphrey has discovered a cellar door, and Terry is standing by the door kind of way and pointing up. And there's just stairs.
So there's stairs going upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I set her down going down.
And a cellar going down.
I will walk over to both of them. I'll
Simultaneously. Split in two.
yeah. No, I meant to both Humphrey and Terry. I'm not going up and down in some strange motion.
Just as a quick thing, is everybody okay going just a little bit longer? You actually get into a good spot to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody okay?
Yep, that's fine. I will pat Humphrey on the back and say, well done. And say the same to Terry. And I'm going to turn to Caché, inspecting.
Any other questions you have about the body, Caché?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Alright, so you have the area to go upstairs or downstairs.
So, Caché, there are two more options. Should we explore the upstairs or check out the cellar first?
Let's work our way up.
Yes. So I think in this case with the fatality here, it would not be wise to split up. So we should try to stay together.
I agree. Gizmo,
call
are you
over.
okay?
I didn't expect this, for sure. But I'm here. I'm okay.
I'm going to get out of this room now.
I think I like
We
that.
are going upstairs. Unless you think we should explore the downstairs cellar first.
So you said we'd work our way up. So
Yes, go up.
Yes.
downstairs.
So upstairs it is then.
Alright, so you're slowly gonna make your way up the stairs. You can actually go upstairs if you wish.
Right.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
So,
As we're going up, could I like take out like some length of cloth, and I'm gonna hand it to Al.
Yes.
Would you mind?
I'm assuming it's kind of a larger piece of linen
Yeah.
that you have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course. Sorry. I'll take it and I'll go and cover the body.
I'm just already walking away with it.
No, you make your way upstairs.
Mhm.
Al, you
Oh.
cover the body, and
Being very
Follow.
careful not to step in any blood.
making sure not to step any blood. And where are you going, Gizmo? There you go.
Good last.
But you head upstairs, and interestingly enough, like this place is a little bit messy. It's not as completely destroyed as the downstairs. But as you get closer, you actually do realize that someone has actually torn apart part of the bedding, like as if they've taken something sharp and ripped open the mattress. They've tossed a few books off of the bookshelf. It does look again not as ransacked as downstairs, but it definitely looks like someone was also looking for something up here. Yeah. Is there anything you guys go explore first? There's a desk off towards kind of across the room. You have the big, large, kind of like double bed, and a wall of bookshelves.
I'm gonna head to the desk first.
I'll go to the bed.
Okay. Heading to
Very
the desk.
rapidly flick through the bookshelves.
Okay. Ow. You find quite a collection. Clockmaking, the study of time and concepts, toxins and poisons,
Take that.
clockwork and autonomy, and clockforge creation. Take them all.
I mean, I don't know if I could carry them all.
You turn around and Al's just all these books.
Yeah, I might just take the books and just like if Gizmo's still kind of like forlorn, I'll just like. You don't mind if I just kind of like reach for the bag of holding and just kind of tumble them into the bag of holding. Thank you.
Gizmo, do you allow it?
I actually just wandered over with Fenris, and I'm just kind of with Caché, I should say, and I was kind of like listlessly helping her with what she's trying to do, so I don't think I noticed.
Okay, all right. The books go into the bag of holding, and Caché, Gizmo, as you near the bed, you immediately hear like scuffling sounds underneath the bed.
I duck under.
You
Like,
duck
on the
under.
floor. I used to try and see what's the scuffle.
Hit the floor immediately. Look underneath, and you see what appears to be a little chest. And as you kind of like look and get a little bit closer, the chest turns a little bit, and you see kind of eyes, and then it turns back away.
There's a chest with eyes under here.
Oh, right.
It's not the reaction I was expecting for that. Everyone, there's a chest with eyes under here.
Quite unnerving.
Yes.
Has it got a mouth?
Is it doing anything?
Come out, little buddy.
No,
Why not? We won't hurt you.
Al, do you do anything?
Me?
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm just writing down all these books.
Actually,
Um,
Caché, you might. Hang on, I gotta check your spells. You might actually have this. I'm just gonna ask you because I don't actually have your character sheet up. I'm so sorry. Do you have animate objects?
I do.
Animate. Okay.
Oh,
So, do you recognize this actually to be an animated chest? Potentially given a command of some kind.
Wait a test. Are you protecting something?
It's kind of shivering underneath the bed now.
Won't take it from you.
Slowly turns to you. Slowly comes out. And just looks like just kind of sits there, motionless. Looks like a regular chest for a moment. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, Caché.
Charisma. Charisma. 27.
Wow.
Kind of gets a little bit closer to you. Kind of takes in Gizmo, takes in Al, takes in Fenris, and kind of waddles a little bit closer to Gizmo. A little bit closer.
It's an animated chest. I think it likes you.
I've seen things like this before. I'm gonna like very slowly crouch down, like no sudden movement, pure smooth hydraulics.
Cool. And not even a squeak, not an oil, just perfectly oiled. Just
Oh, I keep this maintained. And I kind of put out like a finger from the gauntlet.
It seems to move as if it is sniffing, but there is no nose. It is an animated creature. It's strange how this little thing is acting, but then you remember and you realize that this spell shouldn't actually stay on this thing this long, especially after potentially being cast, and the caster might be dead. You don't know. But as it's a little closer to you, it kind of opens a small bit. No teeth inside, just the chest itself just open. I'm trying to make sure it's not a mimic, don't worry. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh no. This is not my thing.
Or if there is another means that you want to try to use to convince it or persuade it.
Can I? I can't come up with anything that uses her skill right now, so I'm gonna go with my persuasion for now.
Go with persuasion.
12.
12. Okay. All right. Riding the coattails of Caché's big win there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The combination brings you over the threshold. So the little chest promptly spits out a collection of contents, rolls to the side, and moves no longer.
Oh. That's a little sad. Everything's
I
dying.
suppose it fulfilled its
Oh.
last purpose.
As the spell says it, yep, it fulfilled its purpose.
To kill it?
No.
Well, no,
Give it to someone safe, I imagine.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'll have a look at the what it spat out.
Okay. Let's see here. Sorry now. Oh, please tell me I put it somewhere. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Okay, so what you find inside, Gizmo just even quickly looking over it, you find what appears to be blueprints, 2 different types. At a quick glance, it almost looks like airship plans. You will then also find blueprints of technology you have never seen before. It is extremely advanced. There's elements, however, that you recognize as plans you've seen before. A particular collection of notes that you took from the Puppet Master. Matching a bit of his own disguising abilities. As well, a black Ethereum core rolls out. Tied around this core, you find a blood-stained letter.
It was a black Ethereum core?
Black Ethereum core, yep.
With bloodstained
Why not?
letters.
Where I need it to be. There it is.
Do I know what the significance of it being black is?
Al, you have never seen a black Ethereum core.
Oh.
Wow,
That
that was the worst thing you could have been told.
Nothing
You want
that
it.
you've never seen anything like this. And even the blueprints, again, for you glancing over them, this technology is way advanced. Again, on levels that you haven't seen before. And Gizmo, you find this letter.
I'll take it.
Attached.
It's like being an
Open
aircraft
up.
engineer and being handed, like, you know,
Oh,
blueprints
no.
from Area 51.
As soon as I see like the first word, I'm not going to read it out loud, but I don't mind them seeing it really. Like, that's fine. But
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm
But
sorry, I couldn't
No,
I'll
that's-
read over the shoulder.
privately, so.
that's fine. But just as soon as I see like, I think I would say like, and then that would be it. I would just
And
cut
that'd
off.
be it. Okay.
But yeah, but it's fine. Like leave it up so they can read it.
Would you like to read it for the listeners?
Sure, absolutely. But let me see. Here, Matthias, if you are reading this, then I am likely dead, and possibly our work along with me. Do not weep for me, old friend. I died for the cause I swore to long ago. Your calculations were correct. I managed to successfully replicate the Black Heart core from the blueprints Arrow and Lancer provided, but it is extremely unstable. One wrong move and my clocks will be flattened. If you find this, return it to the generals. They will need it in the fight ahead. For the cause. For Minera. Farian Hall.
And I think that's where we're going to end tonight.
I'm glad I read that over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you
I mean,
all
like,
so much.
it absolutely, in fairness, I'm not really doing anything to hide it. I just didn't read it out loud. But like,
You didn't read out loud to me.
Yeah. But like, yeah,
That's
absolutely, someone
Yeah.
could be looking at it.
We just have Gizmo hold the letter and three heads poking over. Reading it.
Yeah.
Terry as well.
I mean, like, the chest opens, everyone's
Four
just like,
heads then.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I think we will call it there for the night. So thank you all so much for joining us. And some big things were revealed. And we will see you in the next episode.
Holy shit!
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.